spring qualifying game time. So about to get it in, see what's going to happen with these. See how this is going to go, this format. What's going on, Racer X210 checking in. Let's go. Mary Beanie checking in. If you're not first, you're last. Appreciate y'all joining in. We are here. See what's going to happen. Miami, to me, has been somewhat of a challenging circuit for the drivers, especially my favorite turns in the circuit. I believe that's 14, 15, 16. That nice little quick S section. I hope that they hadn't changed it much. It still looks like it's challenging. Max Verstappen was somewhat all over the track when it came down to practice. Other drivers as well had their issues, so we're going to see what happens with that. If you've been living under a rock, you should have heard recently about the government involvement with Formula One denying Andretti. We talked about that. I just want to say that it's also funny when I say that the country itself has bigger issues to handle. There is a Supreme Court justice, a black lady, black woman, a woman in the law. That's almost kind of comparable to a woman being in sports as Formula One and motorsports. Some people think women don't fit there, which is absolutely ridiculous. And she asked a very good question. Her question is, why in the hell would now we need to have a president, as in Donald Trump, require and us pass a bill that would give him complete and total immunity from decisions? It's actually bullshit, all right? Donald Trump is trying to find a way. They're trying to find a way to get this racist bastard, this discriminating bastard, into place so that he can do things and not be responsible for them. It shouldn't happen. And if it does happen, listen to what I tell you about the American government as far as not only privilege, not only racism, not only a lot of things that are ridiculously disrespectful to the American people and people abroad in the world. If they pass that bill, you'll see why I said what I said on the Andretti piece. What's going on, Sylvia with Kelly Galactus also checking in. I'll just sit here and get in. The clock has started 11 minutes and 24 seconds for these drivers to prove who is going to be the best in SQ1, who will move on to SQ2, and who will undoubtedly make it into SQ3 to finish the packing order for the sprint race that is also and will be up on us. Okay, so we got that going on. Let's see how these drivers. It didn't look so absolutely hot in free practice. I think, honestly, I've shared my ideas with this before, is that I think circuits that are initially implemented into the season or the calendar, especially if they're new, I think that they should be on like a three season progression. So the first season, definitely all practices, okay? All practices the next season. And then I believe the third season that they're on the calendar, go ahead if you want, and maybe you can bring in a sprint format. I'm not really feeling the sprint format coming back to Miami. Miami still, as a location, is evolving. Not only is a track evolving. So we will see what happens. Oh my gosh. Track temperatures also in Florida can be crazy, okay? Heat can be crazy. It can rain anytime for 5 minutes and then it doesn't rain again. Supposed to thunderstorm here and now it hasn't. So very suspect and very, what I call, bipolar weather here in this southern region of the United States of America, especially the southeast region, Florida, Georgia. Weather is very bipolar, even going into the months of March. It will be cold, it will be rainy, it will be hot, very mixed until you start getting into April showers, which kind of happens, and then you finally work your way into May. So we've had ice storms as late as March. So as you see right there, winds are 11.2 kilometers, 11.2 kilometers due southeast. You got track temps at 47 Celsius, air temp at 28, and the humidity is at 56. And that's what I mean about Miami. Florida is a very humid area, very humid place, very thick and smug at this time of the year. And that moisture can collect, build itself into the atmosphere, and then just fall unknowingly. And then next thing you know, then it's dry again. Now, that does offer somewhat of a good challenge for the teams if it happens. Now, we're on board with Charles Leclerc. This is an area where he no doubt came off track several times, and he fast switches the car and damn near comes off track again. That is the same. I believe that's the same turn, and that turn is very challenging for some reason. That turn is very challenging. Okay, for some reason, drivers, especially Charles, have been challenged there. Max Verstappen even today. So it's going to be crazy. By the way, Charles getting in the way of Lewis Hamilton earlier today, as far as in free practice where they had to red flag the section. So we'll see what happens now going into this. Right now, Stroll is in number 2 and Sainz is in 1. Sainz continuously doing his thing right now. Sainz is doing his thing as far as showing up in this car every time and giving them the business as far as his performance. I don't know what's going to happen with Sainz as far as his career, where he's going to be signed to. We got Audi signed Nico, and Nico to me is a doorstop. Joe popping to the top of the boards right there, 1 for Sauber and Bottas. Okay, this team trying to show up, but this is not uncommon, right? This team shows up like Haas in the early parts of qualifying, and then they kind of fall off, revert back to the mean once the other teams, especially the top teams, start getting an understanding and a beat on how they're going to set up the car, make adjustments, get used to it. And so there you go right there, Stroll and Alonso. Stroll right now leading Alonso, which likely will not last long, and if it does, that would be very interesting for that to happen. That Stroll is going to be in front of Alonso throughout this entire session and classify in front of Alonso. We'll see if that actually happens. Now, I don't know, and I'm not saying that that's going to mean that Stroll has made some significant improvement as far as what he does as a driver. But what I am saying is that it at least says that on a dog's day outside, the sun can shine on his ass. That's all it says to me. That's all it says to me. It doesn't say anything else to me but that. Perez popping into number 1. This circuit is where all hope was pretty much lost for Perez. It was gained and then lost that he would be able to rival Max Verstappen as a driving champion in the standings at that point in time in the season, and it did not happen much after that. Woo, the sparks are flying right there on that side of the track. Max Verstappen, hot lap right there, claiming the place at the top of the boards. Russell and Hamilton right now in the bottom 10, 11th and 12th. This is the weekend. Now, I talked about this when we talked about Allison, when we talked about development, when we talked about Elliott getting a bulk of that blame for everything as far as development on the W13, the W14, and switchover, crossover to Allison back joining and everybody being excited about what he was going to do. Right now, Mercedes is running updates. Mercedes has a new adjusted made floor, and at this point in time in the sprint qualifying session, it doesn't look good. We're possibly looking at this point in time, 5 minutes left on the clock. Hamilton pops over to 5th, and I was a little bit worried if they were going to end up going out in SQ1. If we see both drivers go out in SQ1, to me, clearly that's got to mean that the direction of what you wanted to be an upgrade and you made an update definitely is in the wrong direction. Russell pops over to 5th, pushes Hamilton to 6th. So both Mercedes drivers now in the top 10. What does that mean for us? I don't think that really means a lot for us. I think, I'll say me. Yuki Tsuki going to number 4. There we go. Yuki continuously right now might be on his shit for outperforming Danny Rick. Yuki doing his thing over there. I seen Yuki catching the footballs and stuff. Logan Sargent at 15. Supposedly Williams trying to have conversations with Adrian Newey about him coming back to the team, trying to get Williams back to championship status. I don't think that that's a place where Adrian Newey would want to go. In my opinion, I don't think that that's a place where he would want to go. I feel like Adrian Newey has been there. He's done that. And I don't think he would be trying to go back. I think he's trying to finish out his career somewhere that he hasn't been. And somewhere he hasn't been is Ferrari and/or maybe Aston Martin. And I just don't think it's Aston Martin because I don't think Newey wants to deal with Stroll just trashing his designs and not coming out on top with it. So I just don't think that that's the case. But, whoo, that was close to that wall right there. Alonso shaving it up right there. I like that. Almost lost it too. But, getting close is what you got to do to be fast. You got to get close to be fast. So we'll see how close people get. K-Mag is on the radio. He's 13, 14, and 15. He is saying that Sauber is in the way. Yo, and I'm going to say this. I am largely disappointed in Ferrari. Largely disappointed in Ferrari. I'll save that for another rant, but I am largely disappointed in Ferrari. I'm just going to say that right now. That's all I'm going to say right now. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. But yeah, I really thought for a second Ferrari would do something worth doing, and they didn't. They just completely failed out on that. So I'm not really happy about that. I don't think that was a cool thing that they did. I'm just thinking to myself, like, things could have been so much more interesting, and instead of making them interesting, they just completely failed. And it's just that's not what I was expecting. That's not what I was hoping for. So it is what it is. Don't forget what Stroll did last time. Ran into the back of somebody like he was in driver's education and just completely destroyed the, what is it? The RVAB, Red Bull Visa Cash App. We could call them capping, capping. They capping. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on this clock. Max Verstappen still at the top. Pia, my rookie right now, not a rookie anymore, now in his sophomore season, trying to see if he's going to have a sophomore slump, or is he going to progress from where he finished last season? Charles Leclerc in third, Perez in fourth, and Sainz in fifth. Both Mercedes drivers staying tethered together as they go up and down the standings while other teams consistently try to perform and increase. I will say, I have liked the Red Bull Visa Cash App team. I've liked AlphaTauri's change of liveries. I like their initial livery. It kind of gave me IndyCar vibes. And I like the livery for Miami. It's nice. I like the color combination. I think it looks really good. I will give them that. I'll give them that. Red Bull's junior team. I'll give them that. So we'll see what's going to go on with that. I don't think Yuki right now is in 6th. Yuki is in 6th. Danny Rick right now is in 16th, okay? 10 spots behind Yuki. It's time to get Liam Lawson in the car. It's time to get him in the car. Danny Rick's had his moment. He had his time to shine. He had his opportunities with top teams, middle teams. Whoa. Pia, slow down, bro. Whoa, Pia. Lap time deleted, exceeding track limit. Oh, whoa. Yo, Sauber, kick F1. Your job is not to kick cars off the track. Use your mirrors, buddy. Chill out. That's my other driver. Use your fucking mirrors. Valtteri must be trying to get smoke with all the motherfucking young drivers. He had already got smoke with you remember when he got smoke with what's his name? Fucking damn, you know what I'm talking about. Shit, Russell. And Russell smacked him. You're trying to get smoke with Pia right now. Chill out. Valtteri, use your mirrors, bro. RacerX210 says, as a Ferrari fan, I'm furious and disgusted on what they did for the Miami livery, but I'm ready for Imola to see the SF24 Evo 2.0. Brother, I feel the same. I am disappointed in Ferrari, and I'm going to talk about that. I think I'm going to leave that for a whole nother rant. It's good enough for another rant. I just really expected for them to just do so much more, just to offer so much more, and an opportunity where it seemed like they were going to get outside of the box, and they just totally fucking bombed it, man. It's like, why? What are you scared of? This just goes along with Ferrari being scared to change all their diversity as far as culture and people in their team. Everybody doesn't have to be Italian. Everybody doesn't have to be born within a 2-block radius of goddamn Tifosi or damn fucking Maranello. They don't have to be that to be hired for the team. But evidently, still some areas Ferrari's working on. Change doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a bulk. So I'm going to give Ferrari credit where they are. 0 time on the clock. Some drivers are still bringing it in, as you see right here. Right now, Lance, those drivers all in the top 15 are safe. We're worried about the drivers in the bottom 5. And right now, those drivers in the bottom 5 are Gasly, Zhou, Valtteri, and all of Williams. Right now, looking as if Logan Sargent is leading Albon, and Albon says that's not going to stay true. Logan Sargent is at the bottom, catfishing like always. For one thing Logan Sargent does as an American driver, he likes to go catfishing. And if you've never been catfishing, let me explain how you catch the best catfish. What you do, the best way to catch a catfish is to take your line, throw it out into one of the deepest parts of the lake, the pond, and you want it to go to the bottom. So you want to use a heavy sinker weight when you're fishing for catfish. Then you want to use the most funkiest, most stankinest, most nasty bait you can find. And on the bottom, you will find you a big fat catfish. The fatter they are, the worse they taste, because the longer they've been down there living in shit. And Logan Sargent is shit. He's shit right now. Bro is at the bottom. He ain't going to the top. We already know, supposedly, birds chirping, and Antonelli might be in that seat. Now, remember, we talked about this. I said, I didn't think Logan Sargent was going to make it past. I think they wouldn't be surprised if they change him out before the season's over. Galactus told y'all by summer. Galactus said by summer. This shit might be happening. Valtteri's going to be investigated. Valtteri will be investigated. Logan Sargent right there. 19 and 20. Williams not progressing much. Lando and Pia at the top for 1 and 2 out of SQ1. Alonso leading Stroll. Stroll falling back 10 whole damn spots. As I said would be the norm. K-Mag kind of looking like he's trying to, Nico's getting out of here. What are y'all going to do? Y'all need a number one driver. So that's me. That is me. So big shot on that. Oh, man. We got, I was just seeing, big hugs to you. Hey, condolences, Michael Dixon, bro. I just seen that heart by Sylvia Wicks, so that brought my attention right there. So condolences to you, bro. And, it's never easy to lose a friend, hard to lose a family member, and even worse, to lose a sibling, and unfathomable to lose a child. And my grandmother's experience losing a child. I've had plenty of family members I've lost. Lost my cousin last October when I went into the night before going to Dakota, which was hard, to cancer, 31 years old, Marine, and served in the Pentagon and did his thing. And then 31 years old, we both came up with some issues. His issue went a bit further than mine, and he's no longer here. So totally understand that. Totally understand that. All right. So big shout out to you. My sister's been murdered. My uncle's been murdered. It's never easy, man. So condolences to you. Just stay strong, keep your head up, and take some comfort in the fact that your life is still going and that you could do something positive. And if there is something there that maybe you want to get involved in that could maybe represent or put some type of positive fulfillment in the loss of that loved one, consider it, because there might be other people out there with similar issues or things that they may be going through, and you might be a positive light for those people. It's hard right now, so take your time, work it out. Michael Dixon, you got my condolences, you got my care, and your family and your friends, big shout out and blessings to y'all, all right? For sure. All the way. Thank you for being here, though, because you with fam. You with fam right now. We watching something we all can enjoy. I'm not saying it's going to make you feel ultimately better, but hopefully it can just give you a little bit of distraction from that downtime. So, pop in, you in here with the fam. You got loved ones around you digitally. We all across the world. So here you go, dog. Bro hug, man. Bro hug for you, dog. Got you a bro hug, man. Straight up. All right, so y'all see what's up. Gasly out of there. His ceiling is really here. I don't know why people act like Gasly, Gasly gonna do something so fucking amazing at some point. It's all like, oh, he's still gonna be. No, he's not. He's not gonna be. He's done. He's fucking done. He's done growing. I mean, most adult males are done growing by 21. That's it. I mean, really 19, 20, but 21's a stretch. He's done growing. It's not happening. He's not going to be some amazing driver all of a sudden. And there you go. Clock is off to zero. Those drivers are eliminated. Our new elimination area sits as Ricciardo, Hamilton, Stroll, Ocon, and Hulk. And if that continues throughout the entire rest of SQ2, those drivers will be indeed gone as well. What we are going to do, because I'm going to tell you right now, my day is hell. My day is hell right now. I've been up since probably like 2:45. Okay. I am solely parenting as many times I am. And I'm telling you right now, taking care of my wife. She's sick. I got my daughter who I got to get ready for a race. I'm still working on the cart. I got parts I have to build for the car because companies said they were going to build them and they fucked them up. So I'm teaching myself how to build them, powder coat them, resurface them. I got to do that. I have I got to pick up somebody from the airport. I got it. So what we're going to try to do after this, I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm just going to start a Wolves Den, and what I will try to do is post about it, hopefully like right now, and we will jump into a Wolves Den right after qualifying, if we can, for a brief moment to talk about the Andretti government issue and what y'all think about Miami sprint qualifying. And then I do have to dip and handle all this shit because I'm not going to get any sleep. We got to drive in the morning to the track. So all of that's still happening. It's going to be a very rough day for me. I'm going to tell you that. Blue says, thanks for the advice. Made it to Quali hot as fuck. Man, I did tell you it wasn't going to be a crock pot out there, bro. I'm telling you, the Florida heat is different. If you're not used to that, it is different. Florida heat is different, man. I'm trying to tell you, Blue Aqua, your name, find a body of water and get in it if you can. But Florida heat is different. It's smug, it's thick, humidity is thick. It feels like you're in a fucking sauna. It can feel like you're in a sauna. So big shout out to Blue Aqua at the Miami GP. Definitely share some photos with us if you can in the Discord. Let me go ahead and try to set up a Discord meeting real quick. Let me try to go ahead and set that up. Matter of fact, let me check my schedule to even make sure that I can have one real quick, because even after I get off of here, timing is going to be excruciating slim. But I do want to talk to the fam. So we'll be done with this. Yeah, we could hop in for like 30 minutes if y'all don't mind. If y'all could just bear with me, 30, 40 minutes, we could hop in while I'm kind of roaming around, and we could do that so we could talk about some things. So right after Sprint Quali, we will have a Wolves Den. I'm finna get ready to set that up right now and post it so we can go ahead and get into that Wolves Den in the Discord, in our Wolves Den meeting room. So be ready for that. I'm going to go ahead and get us set up on that right now, post it up in the fam, post it up on YouTube. Anybody who wants to get in, definitely come in and have a conversation. Now, let's try to be respectful, okay? Because sometimes I know we can get a little long-winded. Let's try to keep some of our responses and answers down to maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes at max. Let's not over-talk. Let people get in, talk. We got 8 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock. The cars are going back out. Galactus says, I think Logan gone by the summer and Audi will get a new young driver. At least one red flag Sunday. Ferrari will shoot themselves in the foot. Merc, too slow. Oh, my gosh. Galactus Nostradamus. That's all. Hey, you want to know what? The only reason Galactus can even say all of that shit is because he done seen it. He watching. These are things that you can say, and it would be hard for somebody to debate against you on that, because it's like, what in the hell? I'm trying to tell you, man, it's not looking good for Mercedes. And I got a $500 bet with my bro, Mechanic Mercedes. He is up saying 12 wins for Mercedes by the end of the year. I'm saying less than 12 wins. Okay, so we still got our $500 bet on. So that's where we are right now. And we're going to see what happens at the end of the season with that. So big shout out to Mechanic Mercedes. Definitely believing in the team. Definitely, he's going to talk his shit. And I like, hey, my brother's in here. He trying to do his thing. So we're going to see what happens very, very, very soon. All right, very soon. So let me get this up. Let me see. Adrian Newey. Yo, big shout out to everybody who has bought a shirt supporting the Babies Racing brand. I really appreciate y'all. Peace and love for all of that. There's not like it's been hundreds of people, but the fact that the people who have done it, I absolutely adore and appreciate you. You brighten up her day when I show her that people actually believe that she can improve and that she can go ahead and maybe take this thing a notch up. So don't know where she's going to take it. I'm hoping to see if she said she wanted to be a professional driver, so we will see. But I love the fact that you all support a young mind and a young person, which in this time and age seems like young people are somewhat lost in doing things that aren't necessarily too constructive. And it's really good to see people like you all behind a young one who is doing something positive on the level of that. So much appreciation and love for that. I'm going to go ahead and get this together real quick. We got Alonso at the top of the board right now. Alonso is at the top of the board. And I'm telling you, Alonso is gonna do good things for Aston Martin. And I'm also going to tell you, Lance Stroll ain't going to do shit for Aston Martin. They got to go ahead and clear Lance Stroll out if they really want to have a chance at trying to do something wonderful, because dude is not the business. Lance Stroll is not the business for this team. And Papa Stroll, whatever the hell y'all want to call him, he going to have to find a way to explain and sit his son down and tell him that, yo, you are completely killjoy. You're killing the team's ability to do better than we are doing right now, and we got to let you go. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Perez at the top of the board, so we know Max Verstappen will follow shortly to the top of that board. And right now, Max is in 14th, and that ain't going to last long, so we already know that. So nobody should be all wild about that. Ricciardo in number 2 right now. That's a little bit different. I see you, Rick. I see you, Danny Rick. Can you make that stick, though? Can Danny Rick make that happen? Can he keep that going? Alonso going back to 3rd, and that's somewhere Alonso's always been, so we're not even surprised at that. Also, Russell is in the top 10. Hamilton is not. Both Ferrari cars are in the bottom 15. So we're going to see if that's going to change. I don't think Ferrari brought any updates. Leclerc goes over to number 2. I think they're driving the same car. So that's also an interesting wrinkle, as you have a team that didn't bring any upgrades. It's a top team. You have one of the top 5-ish teams, and Mercedes bringing updates and all this other stuff. But what can Ferrari do at a circuit? Now, I kind of think somewhat that also could be an advantage for Ferrari, right? Because they're not having to deal with a bunch of changes, so they don't have to worry about unforeseen things popping up that they have to adjust to. So that in itself could kind of be a leg up on some other teams that brought updates and may not totally understand what these updates will do in real life time. So it might actually land well for Ferrari. Right now, Lando popping to the top right there for McLaren. P is still in the top 5. So McLaren might be strong going into this race, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. The Papaya team trying to rival the Red Bull team, which they said like several years from now. Okay, I just saw messages in there that I have from Sylvia Witt, Kelly, Mary Beanie, and Bashagna. I got you. I will look at those as soon as I can when we get off. But right now we're in this. So I'm finna get ready to post the Wolves Den link right now in the section, the general group section right now. Let's see who else. We got Russell's in 10. Hamilton, if he continues this out, he's got 4 minutes and he'll be eliminated. He'll go out of SQ2. We've already seen that a couple of times already this season, so it won't be surprising. There's nothing you can do as a driver if your team has given you a shit car. It's just hard to come out of that. You can only do as much as the car will allow you to do. So that means the car is now dampening the driver's ability and talents, and I'm talking about both, or any other driver on the grid. And so you want to get out of there. Now, I don't know what Mercedes is going to do next season. I don't know where they're going to be next season. Now, all this hoopla and talk about them acquiring Adrian Newey and Max Verstappen, I'm going to tell you this. If you get Max Verstappen without Adrian Newey and you somewhat have the same progression of your car, Max Verstappen is not somebody who's going to be able to, 1, do anything about that, just like Lewis Hamilton can't, and 2, it's going to be a worse situation for you because Max Verstappen does not have the patience, he does not have the integrity, he does not have the character, he does not have the resilience of a Lewis Hamilton. So you might find yourself jumping out of a boiling pot of water right into a frying pan. So consider that. I'm just saying, really consider that. So let's see, Newey and Andretti posting the topics right now. And that will be today post Sprint Qualy. All right, let me copy that, take that out. Boom. So what do we got? Still got Alonso 6, Stroll 8th. I want to see if Stroll is going to stay there or what he's going to do. This Mercedes car, Mercedes has made a piece of caca. They've made literally a piece of caca. I'm just wildly disappointed in what they've managed to make here. All right, it is posted right there, so we will be in the Wolves Den. I'm also going to post it on the YouTube for the YouTube fam right now, so we will meet there. Also, Ferrari now in the top 10, split very widely. Leclerc leading Sainz. How long that happens, I don't know. Max Verstappen is still back in 14th. What the hell is going on right there? I don't know, because I'm not listening to everything. So maybe you all can clue me in on what might be happening with Max Verstappen on track, as he's 14th and has yet to lay that hot lap that we are so accustomed to seeing, and know that I'm accustomed to seeing. I'm going to tune back in as soon as I get done posting this. But that right there looks a little like, ooh, what the hell are we doing? So, all right, posting it right now on the YouTube. This is what happens when you have to multitask. It is not a game. It's not a game. All right. Boom. Got it. All right. We in the game. We in the game. By the way, Kendrick Lamar locking in again. Dropping something that's just a slight something. It ain't even nothing major. All right. We're looking at a situation. If this continues, we only have 1 minute and 13 seconds. if this continues, Max Verstappen could go out in SQ2, but I won't even believe that shit happening. I just don't believe that happening. I don't think that is likely to happen. But if it happens, I mean, anything's possible. Spider R35 says, shouts to Kendrick for dropping back-to-back disc classic. Aubrey on a Zoom call with his ghostwriter's like, can y'all write any better? Can you write anything better than that? Do you have any more bars? Drake, you suck. You wear draws, Dockers with no draws. You're getting toe up. You can't rap like Kendrick. You've never been able to rap like Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar toasted you. You got Drake fans out here that are Stan fans. Y'all are saying Kendrick didn't say nothing because you can't take such a traumatic event happening. Drake is getting killed by Kendrick. And I tell you what, anybody out there, if you want to go bar for bar with me live, let's do it. Let's do it. You want to go bar for bar live? Go ahead and get Aubrey's diss track that he did over there. And Rick Ross clowned his ass too. I'm going to get Kendrick's Euphoria. We going to go bar for bar. We'll see who wins that battle. You can't run away from that. Shit that makes sense, shit that got levels to rap, Drake can't do that. Drake is A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. I was on Degrassi, look at me. That's Drake. That's as deep as it gets. He catchy. He can do something flashy. He ride the beat. The music sound good, but he ain't no bars. He ain't no lyricist. Big shout out to Spider R35. Ghost Riders, Lewis Strong in the Sector 1. Then the car dies. I don't, man. It sucks. Max Verstappen in the 4th position, so he will go into SQ3, but that don't look normal. We can't say it don't look good because anytime somebody can make top 5, it's nice, but that don't look normal for Max Verstappen to be sitting right there like that. That's a little different. What's going on with the car? Now, remember what I told y'all. Max Verstappen in a car that's not finely tuned and not exactly right, he's been pretty vulnerable. So imagine if he was in the Mercedes. It'd be horrible. Oh, my gosh. Lewis Hamilton, George Russell are out in SQ2. So what did I tell you? The car is shit. The car, look at Toto's face. The car's bad, Toto. Right now, you're a bad boss, Toto. Right now, you're a bad leader, Toto. That's just true about what you've done this season, the way you've made yourself look utterly ridiculous in front of the public, in front of the media, in front of the whole Formula world, by you going up there and trying to find Max Verstappen and Max, are you going to join Mercedes? I'll kiss the ass just a little bit more, Max. You've been out here on your knees kissing Max's ass, trying to get him to join Mercedes. That's what you're doing, Toto. I know Toto from The Wizard of Oz was a dog, and the dog was small, but I didn't know you get up under Max's ass cheeks and start kissing him. Oh, my gosh. You so motherfucking. That's ridiculous, Toto. Don't go out like that. That's a bad way to go out, bro. Don't go out like that, man. You going out like that, though. You going out like that, back to back. We'll get back to that, as a matter of fact. Oh, my gosh. You want to talk about bars? You want to talk about bars? I'm waiting for somebody. Somebody can hit me up. We can go bar for bar. We can go bar for bar. We're going, hey, let me see if I can find, let me see if I can find a bar for Toto in the Kendrick dish. Let me see. Let me talk about what we doing right here. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now in spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Toto, stop kissing Max's ass. He ain't gonna join Mercedes, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Galactus said, new wall, jacked up driver, Merc too slow. There, hey, I like it. I'm a person, I like challenges on the track. The driver's just gonna have to find a way around it. I get tired of every time they get a track that's like that's challenging, then the driver's like, oh, well, I think they need to change it if they want to see us race. No, what you need to do is figure out how to fucking get around the track. It's competitive. It's a challenge. It's like a puzzle. We're not gonna keep unlocking the puzzle for you. Big shout out, Galactus. So that's out. Russell, Team Mercedes is out of there. You're out. Ocon, you're out. K-Mag, you been out. Yuki, Yuki doesn't make it. Is there a shift happening right now? Yuki, if this happens like this would be 2 events back to back that Yuki has not exactly been able to rival Ricciardo in a way. Now I give him China because they hadn't really been there and he didn't have as much experience there. But if this happens for another event, which will make 3, I'm a firm believer that if something happens 3 times over and over, that's called consistency, and that's the correlation, and that's something that has not a coincidence anymore. It's time for us to look and say, is Danny Rick, even in his low ceiling situation, is his low ceiling still higher ceiling than Yuki? Now we got to see, because Yuki, I'm on team Yuki. So I'm hoping bro can come out of this funk. Right now, he looking like the Philadelphia Eagles when they was in the first part of the season, looking glorious as shit. Then the second part of the season, they look like a shit bird. I just got to keep it a buck, and if it's like that, I got to call Yuki out. OG Zilla said Danny laying the smackdown on Yuki. I was just saying it, bro. I was just talking about OG Zilla. That's what it's looking like. It looking a little bit crazy out there right now. Like, this might be what it is. This might be what it is. All right, we got 8 seconds on the clock. Team Mercedes can just go to the motorhome. Matter of fact, this gonna be George Russell. I'm so tired of this shit. Man, I'm so tired of this shit. What car am I gonna drive? Oh, I ain't driving the Mercedes next. Oof. I'll drive the Red Bull. Click. That's going to be George Russell right now. He hopping in the garage. He going to hop on the sticks. He going to go play some F1 2024 because he probably got the game already. And he's not choosing a Mercedes car to drive. He's not doing it. Lewis Hamilton don't have to worry about it. He out of there. So, Russell, you wanted the team. You got it, bro. Go enjoy yourself. Go in. Blue Aqua. Merc is a bouncy as a dodgeball. Ooh, shit. Sparks everywhere as they pass and smells like an electrical fire. I love that smell. Blue Aqua. The smell of performance, the smell of metal and titanium just meeting the road. I just like it. Though I'm not no huffer, but I just like the smell. It says, it smells like an electrical fire, total junk. I'm heading to the Hooters for wings. Oh my gosh. Blue Aqua said, I'm out. I'm going to go somewhere where I can see something and enjoy. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Hank might be there. They say I'm going to Hooters right now. Hey, Blue Aqua, I don't blame you. Go find. It's got to be something there at the GP to do. Mary Beanie says, Jay, it's 302 days till Lewis is at Ferrari. Toto, it's your fault. The buck stops with you. Send Toto's ass. That's sin. Since Toto has realized that Princess George ain't all that. Mary Beanie is hitting on something that I've been talking about. I think most of us can agree that we feel as Toto thought he had his guy to take Mercedes into the future by the reaction to the things that they allowed Russell to do. How's that working out for you, Toto? How's that looking for you, Toto? Mary Beanie hitting on something. OG Zilla, why do I feel like Bottas and Zhou might be out of a drive next season? Because of the way they driving? Straight up. They both, we already know one of them gone. One of them gone for sure. One of them is gone for sure. We already know that. One of them gone for sure. Zhou is, the only thing that may be assisting Zhou is the fact that he's so young. And they might give him a discount saying like, yo, he's young. He got with a team that really was on the way down. They've been down. They never really been that great, especially in this era of racing. It's possible we could probably bring him in one of the lower teams, maybe Haas, maybe Williams, Alpine, and give Zhou an opportunity to maybe be with a better team. Not really. Not really. Shit, that's the best defense case I can get for Zhou, because I ain't really been sold on Zhou either. I can say that. I have not really been sold on Zhou. So I'm trying to boost him up some. It's a little bit difficult because I feel like maybe he hasn't done unnecessarily the best job for me to see as a driver. It seemed like his rookie season, it was like, okay, they got a lot of PU failure, a lot of things happening that are completely out of Zhou's control. And then last season was like, is Zhou, is he promising or maybe not? This season it's like, You might not have a job. Dodge, man. Dodge, man. Hey, well, I said if Merck don't get it right by race 6, you did, Josh, man. It was over and it's over. Shaking my fucking head. I feel you, man. Hey, you did say that. You stick it to it. You stand true to what you said. All right, yo, the clock has started. We got 5 minutes and 48 seconds on this clock. All cars in the pits. Right now, these drivers, they not wasting no time. We should already know the changes we need to make. If they not good enough, hey, we going to go out here and make it shake. They are going to wait until this clock probably hits 4 minutes or less before they get out on track and start laying it down. They're going to get these cars cool. They're going to go ahead and try to save these tires. They're going to get out here and just try to run it up. OG Zilla says, I could see Zhou and Haas bringing in that Chinese money. Right. And Haas, they ain't going to turn down no check. But the bad thing is they're not going to use enough of the check in the team to make the team needing complete. Now, I don't know. Let me be very clear. I'm speaking from an opinionated base. Ooh, look at that. The wave running out there. Getting it. I'm speaking from a very opinionated base. By the way, you can go to Miami at certain beaches and just see a bunch of ass. Just a bunch of ass cheeks. I'm talking about nude beaches everywhere in Miami. So be careful about where you go. Okay, because every beach is not a family-friendly beach. You might take your kids out there. You might go out there, and next thing you know, you got somebody coming out saying, what are you doing? You're not allowed to wear drawers on this beach. Take them off. Oh, no. You want to walk off the beach? You got to walk off naked. Now you got to walk out swinging or hanging. Well, what you going to do? Be careful. I hope the snatch is shaved up right, because in Miami, it can get crazy out there. So be careful about the beaches you go to. If you've never been to Miami, be careful. I've never visited one of those beaches, but I've heard a lot of stories, and I've heard and seen a lot of things on TV, and things can get crazy out there. So, hey, Miami beaches, tread with precaution, all right? Tread with caution. Just tread. All right, here we go. It is 4 minutes left on the clock. Ticking down. DRS revs are kicking up right there on Lando. I told y'all 4 minutes. They getting cranking. Here it is. Revs kicking up. It's time to get live. We're about to have a showdown. Go down. Pop, 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 pop. Who's going to come around? Hey, you better walk around like Daft Punk. You know what that's saying? Oh, my gosh. Hit me up. Hit me up if you want to go bar for bar. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Any Drake fan that thinks they got enough to stand up against that while you saying Kendrick Lamar didn't say nothing, hit me up. We can go live bar for bar. That's all you got to do. Say, yo, Jay, I'll go bar for bar with you. Let's go. Let's go. And the only bars you can use is out that song that diss he made. That's it, because that's the only bars I'm going to use out the diss Kendrick made. Let's go and see what happened to you. You going to die just like Drake died. If he dies, he dies. He not enough. He can't rap like that. You can't ever respect a rapper who has literally been found out about stealing people's music in bars. He literally did that. Back in the earlier days, he literally did that. Okay? You can't have much respect for a rapper as a lyricist, Pokemon. He the greatest. Bro, you got a ghostwriters up the ass. You literally sounded like Lil Wayne because you was trying to be Lil Wayne and you was copying Lil Wayne. Stop playing with me, y'all. Drake makes good music for the club, to ride to bob your head to. He doesn't make music that can make you think. He doesn't make music with entendres of entendres. He doesn't make music with cryptic messages in them that have to be. He doesn't make music to make you go out here and research and get smarter. Drake just A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. I'm the dude from Degrassi. That's it. That's it. Stop playing with me out here. Y'all got it twisted. We in the Miami GP. I'm going to talk my shit. And I'm going to tell you this. Hey. If you at the Miami GP, you and your husband, you know what I'm saying? ASAP Rocky, if you see Drake, smack his ass. Like, oh, ASAP, what was that for? And smack his ass again for asking a dumb question. Don't ask me no shit like that. You know what that's for. All right, here we go. 1 minute and 53 seconds on the clock. We getting crazy, baby. 1 minute and 48 seconds. Hulk is at the top. Perez is at the top. He might be trying to lead the Red Bull. Will he do what happened in SQ and SQ3 and actually start in first position? Max Verstappen is in fifth right now. We're going to see how this all ends. The Papaya team is there. Mercedes is nowhere around. Aston Martin and Ferrari are there. So this is interesting. And K-Mag is out of there. Hulk has been outperforming K-Mag like nobody's business. Perez is still leading in one. Max Verstappen makes the move to the top, but it is not the top spot. Danny Rick, wow, another session and event outperforming Yuki, is in the top 3 right now. What type of car is now Red Bull Visa Cash App have for their drivers? And if this is a better car, why is Ricciardo able to get more out of it than Yuki is? Is Ricciardo on a upset alert to make people eat their words? Me included to a degree, because I lost hope for him. I had a lot of hope for Ricciardo. But if all of a sudden Ricciardo has an emergence and we start seeing that Red Bull Visa Cash App car, I don't gonna say that shit all the time, man. So somebody give me the damn acronym for Red Bull Visa Cash App, please. Golly. The junior team, Red Bull junior team, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying all that shit. Right there, Hulk at the top. Oh, my goodness. What's going on? How in the hell is this? We got 24 seconds, and Hulkenberg is at the top of the charts. What the hell is happening here? This is crazy. Perez back to the top. Bring some type of normalcy back to this, please. Because to see Hulk back at the top, I'd be like, what in the hell is going on, man? This is going to be wild for me to see that shit. I mean, I'm going to be happy for him because the sun shines on the dog's ass, but that ain't normal. Verstappen, hot lapping, back at the top of the grid. I ain't going to lie, for some reason, that feel a bit more like, oh, okay, now shit's normal. I hate to say it, it just does, because that's what he's been doing. That's what they've been doing. Danny Rick in third? Listen, Danny Rick must have went to the outside the track before he got there, stopped off with one of them connecting states. Ooh. What kind of shit is this? That's crack performance. Ooh. All right, I'm about to go do some shit today. I'm about to go do something today. That Danny Rick must have got some good drugs. Props to the Incredible Hulk in the top 10. Ricciardo third. Stroll is leading Alonso right now. 0 seconds on the clock. It is ball game. Leclerc to number 2. The red car, the scarlet red car, which just disappointed me this race. I thought they were going to do something spicy, and they didn't. Where is this all going to fall? Sainz in 5th. Not quite there where Leclerc is, but hey, what are we seeing right there? Are we going to see Charles start kind of getting up on his shit? Ricciardo still in the top 5. Anything in the top 10 for me right now, Ricciardo is exceptional right there. And there we go, y'all. Carlos, hey, let's go. Let's go, man. Is Pia going to lead Lando? Is Pia going to lead Lando in this? I'm cool with that. That's nice. That's nice, yo. Hey, Red Bull, that's just normal shit. By the way, do not forget, post this. We are hopping into Wolves Den for about 30 minutes, okay? We're hopping into Wolves Den for 30 minutes after I get off live. Go into the Wolves Den in the Discord channel, okay? Please be mindful. It will be about 30 minutes or so. Let's talk about Andretti and the situation. Let's talk about what you're seeing right now from Mercedes and here. So remember, try to keep your piece down to like 1 minute. So find a way to structure that shit up, and let's just go in for a minute so we could communicate with each other. And then I gotta get to going and get to Ruben. And then we're gonna have the sprint race, and we will have the race Sunday. We're gonna have qualifying tomorrow as well. Verstappen on the radio. Of course, P1 for Max. Congratulate Max on a P1. But I'm gonna tell you this: Max does not lead. I'm gonna say this: this is a sprint race. Depending on what we see for qualifying, there could be an upset in Miami. Max is only leading Ferrari by 1/10 of a second. To me, I don't think that's enough to keep him out of warm waters. I think not hot waters, but warm waters. You never know what you might see here. That's all I'm gonna leave it there. It's not quite clear for me yet, but I'm gonna say with only 1/10 of a second gap as far as over 1 lap pace, of course, not in the race. Now we know in race perspective can get really real, but that looks like that's not a promising win. Although we expect it, there could be some differences there. All right. So, all right, listen, we're about to get off of here. We're going to go into the Wolves Den. Meet me there. Meet me there at 23 minutes from now. It is 5:17 my time. 3 minutes from now, be in the Wolves Den to start chopping it up and talking about this Formula One shit that's been going on, all right? So big shout out to you. Wolfpack out. Peace.